We all love some Minecraft structures, but we've got to admit that some of them are pretty outdated.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer.
It has gotten to the point where I feel like some structures don't feel like it should fit in Minecraft anymore. So in today's episode of Minecraft Remakers, I'm gonna be remaking 3 structures. Okay, so for the first structure I'm gonna be remodeling, it is going to be the dungeon. The only things that are in the dungeon are the mossy cobblestone walls, a chest, and a mob spawner. This, I've got to say, is the worst structure by far in the game. So I think it really deserves a remodel. So I'm just gonna yeet the old one away and say hello to the new one. It is immediately apparent that there is an extra box next to the structure. It is actually an entrance and it will be connected to the main room. But if you want to get to the main room, you've got to pass some parkour jumps. And once you pass the parkour course, you will be confronted by some iron bars which prevent the zombies from getting to you. And at this point, you don't have many options. You could either hit them from a distance where they can't hurt you, or you could start World War Z and break the iron bars. I don't really care on which strat you use, as long as you don't kill yourself in the process like me, you should be fine. But moving away from that, once you finally kill all the zombies, you can break the spawner or put torches on it, and you can collect your rewards, which will include... What? Okay, next up, we have the Desert Temple, and I've gotta say, this may be one of the more controversial picks. Firstly, the reason why I'm not a big fan of it is its shape. There are 2 towers in the front and they're not really centered. I don't know really, maybe it's just on me, because whenever I look at the back of this thing, it looks pretty undetailed. Secondly, it's the interior. There is a lot of space, but yet none of it is being used. If I were Mojang, I would put a mob spawner or 2 just to add to the challenge. And that's it for the criticisms. I'm sure I offended some of you, so when I remodel this thing, I'm gonna make it fair for the both of us. Quickly off the bat, I'm sure you could see some changes. I've shifted the towers and I've changed the entrance, which now you enter from the top, just like a very old mysterious temple. And speaking of old mysterious temple, I wanted that to also reflect the interior, which brings the biggest change that I've made, the interior. If you notice, there are now arrows instead of a single pressure plate TNT trap, and there is a skeleton guarding the chest. This is what I call challenging. You have to deal with arrows flying at you from the skeleton while also dodging some tripwire hooks. And finally, once you deal with all of that, you can collect your loot, which is about the same as before. Okay, so for the final structure I'm gonna be remodeling, it is going to be the witch hut. How has this structure not been remodeled? It serves no purpose to the player, there's no chest, there's no potions, and it's the 6th rarest structure in the game. There isn't really a point of this structure even existing. So it's remodel time. In a blink of an eye, I can almost guarantee you could see a bunch of differences. There is now a 2nd floor, and the entire structure has basically been overhauled in the inside and the outside. On the first floor, there are quite a few changes. There is now a chandelier which really adds on to the vibe, a chest that contains all this loot right here, and some basic needs as your typical witch. As we enter the second floor, you can definitely see that it was not what you're gonna expect. There are floating candles, and I've always wanted to do this for your typical structure. And other than the candles, there are also bookshelves which aren't as interesting, but it really tells you that the witch is finding out different spells every day and is working hard to create new potions.